just have to do it through my phone. Hello there. Can you hear me? Alright guys, so here we are. Last year I built a combat robot from parts that I made from Walmart, and I did it in a couple hours at home, and I decided this year I would up the stakes. So last year I had Commander Cupcake. This year I think I'm going to call it Terror Taco, unless you guys come up with something better. By all means, leave in the comments. It's going to be a taco. This year is going to be notably different because, one, I'm building it in a hotel room with minimal tools, and two, I'm, well, it's going to be weaponed. So, I have a taco. I also purchased some scoop, which I don't know if I'm going to use, but I figured it might work as a feeder wedge. Popsicle sticks, because who doesn't love popsicle sticks? And our weapon. So I don't know how this is going to work, but, well, we'll see. Good Lord, it may take me all night to get into the package. All right, hang on a second. Okay. Seriously, the best tool that I've ever bought. Go buy one. Saber tool. Man, what kind of jerk makes product packaging? Oh wait, I make product packaging. That's my second job. Come on. Oh man, I didn't make this package. Alright, so I have a choice between, yeah, those are the same. So big, small, medium, and drill, which I don't think I'm going to use this. So I'm going to be using a couple of different parts here. Everything for the frame and all that I bought at Walmart. I spent less than $30, and the rest of it I'm going to build out of stuff that I already had. So I got a couple of different choices for weapon motors. I got this one here, which is an old school brushless motor. I purchased it years ago, or I could use one of these. I don't know. I'm kind of torn as to how to best hold on to this thing. Well, it's not going to hold on worth a damn. I'm thinking I'm going to go with this one. So that almost lines up. This thing's going to be held together with a prayer, so I think I want to use the big one because I got these mounting holes. I think what I can do in case you guys are wondering, I'm already passed through safety, so beetle weight's ready to go. That's all you're going to see of it, though. So I have this wood. It's real cheap press board. I bought a whole bunch of it a long time ago, and I'm still using it. I'm thinking that I'm going to do that and just try and get it as close to center as I can. And then this is going to go... Oh, shit. This is going to go through. And then for this... thinking maybe this way, or possibly for hilarity's sake that way. I don't know. But I'm going to start with this because this is probably going to be the hardest part, and go from there. So. Helps if you have a pen that works. Alright, so I don't really have a vise or anything, so cutting this out is going to be have this, but I think I'm going to drill holes all the way around the perimeter and then cut it out. I should also note that I am going to clean up my mess, and I'm going to be very careful to not leave a mess, because I literally I just lost my mount. Oh crap. I literally am in a hotel room. So yeah, sorry for anyone who might have gotten motion sick during that. All three of you. Awesome. All right. So I'm hoping that this will be done in like maybe 2 hours or so, because I do actually need to get at least a little bit of sleep. So if I wasn't doing this in a hotel room, I would be using my 3D printer for this part. This is going to be off center, but it's not really much that can be done about it. So, okay. I swear that looks more round in real life. So this stuff's literally pressboard, so there you have it. That's gonna go. Well, you know, I probably could have just used this. God, I'm an idiot. I wonder, where's that other piece? Yeah, I'm an idiot. We're gonna do it the smarter way now. Herder, Jeffrey, not thinking when you should be. So I have a cordless drill, and I have a hole, and I have a hole saw, and I have material. Apparently, I could use said hole saw to drill a hole. Novel idea. I bet you all you were screaming that. Jeffrey, why are you doing it that way? That's dumb. Well, it sort of worked. Probably good enough for my purposes. This stuff isn't really paper thin, it's just the flashing is. So, all right. Now, iteration number 2 looks a lot better than that. All right, now take that. So now I'm going to drill those holes. All right, now I got 2 holes which line up with 2 holes. Now I brought hardware. So let's move this up here. So I'm gonna want I'm gonna have lots of weight, so why not? And I wish the chat would scroll down for me. Yeah, I just all the noisy stuff I just did. I'm not going to be using the drill anymore. That was the last of what I needed to do. I was cognizant that that was not quiet. But try 6. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to go with. That's probably going to be strong enough. Oh, hi, Brian. All right. In case you're wondering, I'm making a taco bot. All right, so I've got a hole saw with an intermediate plate. I lied, I have 4 more holes to drill because I'm going to have to mount the motor. But I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, so I'll figure it out as I go. I have not decided on a name. Right now, tentatively, I'm thinking Taco Terror. But if someone can come up with something that's funnier, by all means, go for it. So that's it. That's the weapon. Now, all right. I did notice that I'm missing 2 of my mounting screws in this thing. So I got to put those in. Hopefully, I have the proper size. Oh, good, I do. Okay, cool. What's Tito? Or I've never heard of that before. Tiny little screws. All right, so now that's going to go on like that. This will go in there. Okay, so I got this bit. This is going to be the body, and this is going to be the feeder wedge. So I'm thinking some sort of orientation like that. I don't know if I want to go like this or if I want to go like this. Obviously, this is less stable. I so I think I'm going to go this way. I think that makes the most sense. It's actually going to be like that. So I think, let's see. Taco surprise, that's pretty good. Let's see. Fill here. I don't know if I break the damn thing trying to. All right. Well, price tag I don't need. All right, so. Oh, long ways. I really want to go long ways. The thing is that, oh god, those are all gone. If I go long ways, I'm essentially guaranteeing that I'm gonna tip over, and there's not. I guess if I mounted it really low and didn't use the feeder wedge, if I mounted it really low like this, when it tips on its side, because it's gonna, it would spin around horribly in a death spiral, which would probably be pretty hilarious. God, now I want to do that. Y'all are a bad influence. God, that's gonna be. All right, so. I have some armor pieces. I literally haven't figured this thing out, so how I do this is gonna completely come together. Blue. So I could do like something like that with that on the front, and then something like that. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe like that. Shovel it in one way and it comes out like hell on the other. Sounds like a taco to me. Okay, hang on. I'm forgetting something. Part of me thinks that this is going to be a non-issue. All right. There. Well, that's light. Yeah, I haven't gotten to decorating yet. That's definitely on the agenda. Because I do have stickers. I do have quite a few stickers. Oh good, it came off in one piece. I don't have to worry about that. Wondering how... Oh, that would be so close if it did. Move the camera up again. Well, I certainly am going to have weight for extras. In fact, maybe if Camden brings my Raven kit, I think that might go in there with this, because I'm definitely going to have the weight. The only thing that I'm worried about now, I'm trying to figure out, is I got to mount this to this, and I basically need a 90-degree angle bend in order to do it. And I gotta look at what materials I have and see if I can find something that will be rigid enough to not die horribly. Because if I just hot glue this thing on, that ain't gonna work. So that's the next step. Once I figure that out, this thing's gonna just fall together pretty quickly. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was thinking I could cut this right here and then bend this here and use this piece in the front and then this piece in the back. My only concern with that is that the only thing that I have to apply heat is my soldering iron, and that is gonna smell. Which I can do it. I don't know if that's the I think that might be the only way to do it. Because I'm gonna actually, now I'm thinking about it, I can cut the whole thing off, and I can hold this on with zip ties, and that'll make it a actual wedge. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Can't stop me now. Where'd it go? Am I blind? There it is. All right. So. going to be able to show this bending because I'm going to have to work quickly. And this out. Don't try this at home, kids. Let's see. I've got my vise, but I have nowhere to clamp my vise. So I'm going to clamp it in my vise, and I'm going to hold the vise in between my legs, and then I'm going to heat it up with the iron and just fold it over. But I'm not going to do that and record it because that's not going to work. So bear with me a minute. It's got to go like that. So I need to bend it right here. Cool, it's working. I thought it was working at least. I think that might be workable. So it's not real strong, but I got it bent. I think that I can. Well, that just defeated the whole purpose. Damn. I was really hoping that wouldn't break. Now, plan B. Oh, I didn't set out. There was almost no smoke, whatever that stuff was. Plan B is going to be tons of hot glue, and we'll see how that goes. to self, bring architectural aluminum next time. All right, so plan B. I'm going to clean off a bunch of this. I got to peel it back to cardboard that's underneath in the front. So I peeled back here, and I'm going to hot glue the crap out of that like that, and I'm going to mount this to it. So now if I get 2 freaking holes in this thing. Okay. Wow. Got 7 people watching me. I'm impressed. I didn't think anybody was going to watch. All right, so the next step in my adventure is going to be I got to drill some holes. Tiny holes. If I can get 2 screws in, I'll be happy. Yeah, Brian, that's what you said, I know. Those little screws. Some of these can go through. I'm going to get at least 1 in. Come on. Give me one of the other ones. There we go. I think I'm going to get 2 in. Hey Mitch, how's it going? So I'm building a taco bot for tomorrow. in my hotel room. Because why wouldn't you? It's a piñata. You can get them at Walmart for like $5. Last year I did a unicorn. If you look on YouTube, if you search Cirque and Commander Cupcake, and it was really a crowd favorite. I got huge reactions out of it. And so I decided, why not do it again? Okay, I see what the problem is. I have to take this off because I need a clearance hole for the shaft of the motor, because there's not enough clearance on it to it's rubbing, which is slowing it down, which in order for this thing to even be remotely effective, it's going to have to, well, we'll see. All right. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. There's even a divot in the back. All right. So, one more hole. This one. It's it's less than 24 hours before the event. I did buy it yesterday night, so I did have a little bit of preparation, and I am using some parts that I had. All the brushless motors. Obviously, I'm putting a DESC in it, but yeah, this is definitely last minute. The fact that I'm not doing this at home in my workshop makes it a lot harder, because I have to be quiet and I don't have all my tools. So basically the only holes I'm drilling now are these. So I should be done with that, other than maybe to punch a hole in the body. And if I get a few laughs out of it, it'll be worth it. My goal is to win one match. Preferably one match by knockout, because that would be hilarious. But I'd settle for a judge's decision. Okay, now I don't know. I think that this speed controller it's attached to is good. And unfortunately, because of safety reasons, I'm not going to be testing that tonight. I'm going to wire that up tomorrow morning when I can safely test it. Yeah, see, now it spins freely. All right, so, well, I've got it. Why not? Good Lord, come off. Oof, that did not walk on. I'm going to use a different speed controller, I think, because I have no idea if this one's good or what it's set up. It could be set up as a left and right. In fact, I'm almost certain it is. There we go. Okay. So that is going to mount like so. In fact, I think that's going to be the next step in my adventure. Keep up after myself. 11:25. I'm making good progress. Awesome. now I have to wait for that. While I'm waiting for that, I can figure out that's how I'm going to do it. So I need to take the back of this off. See, I got to take this paper off, because if I don't take it off, the hot glue is going to stick to that instead of the underlying structure. And that's what's going to be what holds on to it. So there we go. That's a nice adhesion. All right, cool. How are we doing here? That's warming up. All right. Sorry about that. All right. Actually, I haven't even found the hole for this thing yet. I don't know how I'm gonna. It says here. Oh, okay. There we go. That's where the speed controller is gonna go. All right. I should be able to run wires through that pretty good. All right. So. Oh, there we go. Glue. I think I'm probably going to zip tie this as well, but I might do that tomorrow. Yeah, I'm definitely going to zip tie. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to use the drill any more than I already have. But I'm going to zip tie. I have zip ties. I'm going to zip tie across here and here, and then here and here. And then this is going to go on the back, and that's going to get a hole drilled. Oh. I'm going to drill a hole here and here, and this is going to be zip tied to the back to be a little floppy tail. So now for the fun part. This is going to get ripped off. It's going to be horrible. But oh, I need more glue sticks. Okay, still. Yeah, it's a taco piñata. A little bit of misalignment is okay because it's going to be four-wheel drive. So it's not going to be the end of the world if it's a little bit off. To work a little quickly here. I've already done my shopping trip. I have it was a paint scraper. I cut the handle off because I was going to use it as the mount for the hole saw, but unfortunately I broke it. So I'm hot gluing it to a plate. And I'm just going to fill this whole thing full of hot glue and hope that it'll hold on with prayer. But it's coming off. There's no way. Alright, I gotta let it catch up. Tacos con Carnage. See, I don't know Spanish. I guess con carne, that's like beef, right? So con carne, yeah, I could go with that. Unless someone comes up with something funnier, and then, you know, well. Yeah, everybody's a procrastinator. This year for Cirque, there's so many people that I 3D printed a whole bunch of robots for them because I have a 3D printing service, and I almost didn't have time to print my robots, so it made me procrastinate. Which usually I get done, but it does take a while. I think what I'm going to do after, again, tomorrow, I think I'm going to drill holes in this faceplate, and I'm going to zip tie that too. Oh, ow, that hurt. I shouldn't do that. Oh, this thing is really nose heavy. So I guess the battery's probably going to have to go in the back. I'm going to need that, the little wedge on the back to balance it. All right. Yeah, alignment, about that. This thing feels heavy, but it's a lie. This thing is going to be like 2/3 of a pound at best. Which is why I'm hoping Camden brings my Raven that I loaned him, because having a Raven with this thing to flip it over when it augers in would be pretty cool. These are going to get zip tied as well, but I'm hot gluing them as well. So. I don't know why I did it that way this time. There we go. Now, misalignment is the thing, but as long as it's close, it'll drive all right, I think. So, 11:35. I got another hour I can spend on this, and then I'm going to force myself to go to bed. So, I think... Oh god, that's horrible. This one I'm going to do. It's not quite good enough. Like, hope I have enough ground clearance with the wheels I'm planning on using. Alright, try this again. Positive side is the one I just ripped off took a lot of force to come off. So my last go at this, the unicorn survived the whole event, and I even put it in the Ant and Beetleweight Rumble, and besides getting the motors damaged, it was fine. How long do I think the weapon will be attached? As long as it takes for me to ram it into my first opponent. And then I expect that it will gloriously detach itself. Oh dear. That's gonna... Oh boy. Yeah, hot glue and zip ties. I have more zip ties. I may use all these. So... How about Holy Taco Batman? You know, if I'd been smart, a smart person might have, oops, that one I did wrong. A smart person might have soldered the wires to this first, but that's okay. I'm pretty good at soldering in tight positions, so, well. That's good. That way. My only concern I have right now is ground clearance, because the wheels I'm going to use are Lego wheels. Although I could use Raven wheels if Camden brings all the spares I gave him. But I want to use Lego wheels because Lego wheels are cheaper. Yes, this is an Antweight. Although it's probably closer to a fairy weight. It's like 200 grams so far. But I haven't weighed the battery or the speed controller, so it's going to be like 210. But I do have Camden's supposed to bring my Raven kit that I loaned him, so that's going to enter with this if he does. But I didn't bring any Raven spares with me, so even if he brings it, that's going to be... I have 2-inch wheels that I'm using for my 3-pounder, which I have spares for that, but I think I'm going to need them, so I don't want to use those. And I have Lego wheels, and then Camden has the 1 3/8-inch wheels for the Ravens, which I could potentially use, and those will be fine. Worst comes to worst, I can pull that piece I had glued off the front, and I'm going to find out here in a second. Actually, I can rotate these 180 degrees so that they're pointing down instead of up, and then I'll definitely have clearance. But I think I'm going to be okay. We'll see. These are the wheels I'm going to use. I have to find my hubs because I printed some out before I left. Found them. Awesome. So these are the 3D printed hubs. The holes are tapered, and I print them out of my Markforge, and they're slightly larger than the Lego hubs. So it's actually a bit of work to push them on. But they stay put, so my cheapo caliper, I didn't want to bring my good one. I don't know if you can see that. 870 thousandths, give or take. So I think I'm going to have to rotate it 180 degrees. I'm going to have to break those off, but that's fine. I'm pressing the wheels on now. It takes a lot of force, so. Oh, come on. Dude. Really? Oh. Oops. Well, they had to come off anyway, so. I actually ripped it off in the process of trying to get it. It's going to have to go this way instead of this way. But I ripped. I think this is a sign of things to come. This is exactly what's going to happen later. But that's why I was worried about getting all the paper. Go in. The zip ties are actually interfering. I have absolutely lots of extra weight, but these zip ties are no good because they sit too low. So I gotta pull them all off. So it's just gonna be hot glue holding it, which is okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna lose lots of paper. I actually peeled some of the paper off to try and get a clean glue bond because I learned last year that if you just glue to the paper that it has zero adhesion. So you're right, now it is easier to solder the wires on. I think I'll do that. I think I will do that now. That's a good idea. Thanks, Dad. All right. But I'm going to put the wheels on first. And I'm going to mock up the... So I don't know if you can hear that thud, but these are really, really difficult to... I should do that. No. I gotta make sure I rotate the right direction. So I'm thinking one as far forward as I can get it, and then the other one as far back as I can get it. All right. So now I have those. And I have some assembly required. Speed control. All right. So, and I need electrical tape. All right. So, I'm down to the wire here. I got 40 minutes left, but I'm pretty close, believe it or not. Oh, I need one more thing. All right, so thinking I'm going to go inside the body. But I need to be able to get it through the hole here. God, that's going to be a long wire. All right. Glue 2 sticks to the length of the body and then glue the wheels to them. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut a hole in the body, and then I can, if I cut a hole in the bottom, Then I don't have to use long wires. I can just run it straight up into the body, and I can use half that length in wire. Is that going to be long enough to center? I need like that long. Yeah, okay. So, cut this. Okay, I'm going to unplug the hot glue gun. Three. And there's 4. Seven, and lastly, 3. Set that aside. All right. So I got a whole pile of wires. I just cut them all to length. So now I'm going to strip the ends off, and I got to plug the soldering iron back in. So I always use silicone wire, and the reason I use silicone wire is that you can just pinch it with your finger and pull and strip out the lead, and that is so much easier than messing with wire strippers. And silicone wire is so soft that you can do that. It's also really flexible, so when you have to do crazy wire routing because you designed your robot to have crazy wire routing, why would you do that? I always do. It's horrible. This is an exception. You don't have to do that. So I just pull it, and then I give it a little twist to make sure the leads twist together. Move through those pretty quick. I am so excited for tomorrow. The 3-pounder that I built, Vector, is a lot more powerful than I thought it was going to be. And it spins up nice and quick. So I'm super duper stoked for that to happen. All right. So I'm hoping in the next half hour or so, I'm going to be at the point where I can drive this thing around. So solder, that's what I need. And I'm going to be using a 2-cell LiPo for this. And the reason that's gonna have to do for now, I'll probably fix that later if I have time. The reason I'm using a 2-cell LiPo is because that's what I had when I raided my drawer. So now I'm taking all these tabs and I'm just putting a dot of solder on each of them. This is called tinning. And in order to get good adhesion, you have to tin all of your contacts. And it just involves, that one didn't want to go. My soldering iron is still dirty from the stupid thing I did earlier. All right. So now just heat solder. Heat solder. Heat solder. If you're wondering what those header pins right there are for, you'll see in a little bit. I'm not quite there. I got ahead of myself. Oh yeah. Now when I'm soldering, I can smell that burnt plastic from earlier. So those are tinned. So now I'm going to take 4 of these. Just lay them out. Lay them out flat. Come on, sit flat. Alright, I'm getting a little closer. And I'm just going to do the same thing. Just apply a little solder to each of these. Just like so. Alright, now here's a pro tip for you. You've got these leads. Come on, focus. And they're like 1/8 inch long. You trim them till you have, come on, there's very little. It's like 1/16 of an inch. And the reason you trim them is that they solder better. And that's one of the things that I notice when I look at people that have problems with the robot, is that if you have a really long lead, you'll have issue. Now, watch how quick this goes. All I'm going to do is take the 2, put them right next to each other, and just tap it with the iron. Pull the iron away. That's it. Soldered. Now, I do the same thing. Right here. Okay, that one took a little longer because I was missing. Those 2 are soldered. That one's soldered. Okay, I'm actually starting to get tired now, which is weird because I'm normally not tired until late. But I am going to finish this because I also have to be up at like 6 in the morning, so. But had I not gotten a hotel room, I'd be getting up at 4 in the morning, so that is soldered. Now I just gotta duplicate that. This one. All right. Back to the fun. So you may notice, I don't know if you can, but I have a ball solder on the end, and it just is because I needed to clean the tip off. But let's see, that one's actually good. Snip. And those are good. And snip. Alright, cool. So, Okay, that one didn't actually, come on. That one was, this one's misbehaving. All right, get in there. There you go. All the hot glue got mixed into it and it didn't want to actually solder. That one was better. Lastly, this one. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that let's see. Here's what I'm going to do. Actually, look at this. If I have ground clearance to do it this way, then I should do it this way because it's safer against other. No, it's got to be this way. There's no other way. Yeah. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Okay. So, I'm going to go back to the hot glue gun here in a second. And this is how wide? 1 3/4 wide. Looking like maybe there and there, give or take. I can duplicate that over here. Nice and easy. Okay. All right, so while that warms up, I'm going to do that like that. Oh, actually, it's going to be like this. Okay. That's what I'm thinking. Now, pretty close now. All I got to do now is I got to put together this DESC. So all I'm going to try and do is get a driving platform because it's getting pretty late. If I do registration last, or as close to last as I can get, then I shouldn't have an issue because it shouldn't take me more than about an hour to put this thing together at Cirque from having a driving platform. In case you're wondering how Lemon RX DESC goes together, it goes together a little bit like this. I put a piece of tape on it. I used to use foam tape, but I've found electrical tape works just as well. It's cheaper, and if I have to take it apart, it doesn't damage it. So I'm going to cut some pins off this deal there, and whoops, didn't hold on to that one, and there. Okay. Now, I'm waiting for the hot glue gun to heat up so that I can do this other part. So while I'm doing that, I'm prepping the parts for soldering for the DESC. So now I've got the Luminar X, and I take that and put it like together, and then go. Okay. Yeah, I think it's coming together quite nicely. I'm definitely not going to get it as done as I wanted to, and it's not because I don't have time, because I'm a little tired because I've been driving around and I helped set up and all that today, but I don't want to make noise, and I'm essentially done drilling, and I have a bunch of drilling left to do because I want to drill and put zip ties in on the weapon, and I want to drill and put zip ties in on where the body is. So I'm going to get a driving platform because I can test that without making a bunch of noise. And once I get there, I'm going to call it quits. So this is all ready. I pushed the pins in. That's ready for solder. This should be warm now, so just going to put a little dot there. Set it down. Push them together. Same thing. Oh god, everything's falling apart. Abort. Same thing here, like so. Make sure I'm as lined up as I'm gonna get. Now, oh, I screwed that up. It goes here. Okay, now we set that down, and I burned myself, but that's okay. That goes there. Okay, so driving platform. All right, so all of these are going to go through it like so. Okay, so now again, I'm done with hot glue for what should be tonight. Okay. Plug the soldering iron back in. Okay. So. The taco saw of death. Looks a little goofy, but I think it's going to have the desired effect. So, top-down view for you, because that's out of my way. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside for a moment, and I'm going to work on this. Okay, nice and clean tip. This is the part where having a really bright light source helps, so pardon the extra light. So it is getting quite dark. So the only holdup at this point is going to be getting the wheels in the correct orientation to not suck. I've gotten fairly good at winging that, so the DESC from the top. Now I can pull the rubber pieces off, just like so. Very carefully cut them to size, throw them out, cut them to size, throw them out. Uh-oh, I just realized something. I do not have an LED. I'm going to have to beg, borrow, and steal one. I only have one LED. I was supposed to throw LEDs in. I did not. That's going to be a minor problem. A minor problem that I'm going to worry about tomorrow. See, I knew I forgot something, and now that I know that I forgot something, I'm not going to worry about what I forgot, because I know what it is. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. Catch you up here. I'm making a horrible taco of death. So it's going to be a piñata of taco death. Right now I'm working on soldering up the speed control. Alright, now I think the most efficient way to do this is going to be to solder one side of the motor drive. That's pretty crooked. Well, yeah, this one doesn't even touch. For now, I'm not going to worry about that because we're not done. So I'm going to solder one side, the back, and then I'm going to solder the front ones after I figure out the correct orientation for the back ones. That way they're not fighting each other and I don't have to figure everything out. Okay. Yeah, I do need it to go through the middle, so. A little bit of blob on there. Blob on that one. Now, what I typically do for these is I'll solder them and then I'll try it, and then after that I adjust because I never, ever get it right on the first go. Now, because I'm the one who programmed these, I should just be able to do it right the first time, every time, but that would involve paying far more attention to the leads and all that, so I'm just going to wing it. Okay. Getting really close here to first motion on the side of these two leads. And then I got to put batteries in my radio and then bind it up, call it good. And I got 15 minutes left, so I said 2 hours. So, battery, check. It's the battery I have. It should be enough to power that. If not, we'll find out. What happened to my radio? Oh no, that's not good. I apparently knocked the switch off. Shit. Well, that just got more complicated. Crap. It's just went from a 2 minutes away thing to... Now I gotta take my radio apart. So... we're gonna set this aside. So, I don't know when this happened, but apparently I knocked my switch off. So, and silly me, I didn't think to, uh-oh. I don't have a screwdriver that'll fit in there. Alright. That's not good. So I've hit a stopping point, I think. Unfortunately, I have no way to bind. Crap. I don't have a Phillips screwdriver that small. Oh, maybe I got it. I knew I should have thrown 2 radios in. I've got my FR Sky radio and literally any other switch, and I would be fine. But because it was the bind switch, all right. So I've kind of screwed myself. Apparently at some point I knocked off the switch on my radio. Since I don't have a way to bind it, I have no way to test it. I think that my radio can be fixed in like 2 minutes if I had the correct tool, but I do not have that tool. So here's where I'm at. I've got the base wired up to test. I have to switch the leads to make sure that they're right. And then these go over and across to there and there. I think that's how I'm going to do it. And then after that, I'm going to cut a hole here. All that's going to go inside. I'm going to solder some wires here. Drill a couple holes. That's all going to go inside. And then I'll be ready to go. And I need to beg, borrow, and steal an LED. So I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but I think I got far enough. It shouldn't take me more than an hour, and registration, by the time they get registration done, I'll be ready. So that's it right there. I think at this point I'm going to call it and clean up and then get a good 6 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Cirque. I think I'm going to call it Taco Con Carnage. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Cirque. Please tune in to Warwick's stream. Thanks, Mitch. This one will need it. Man, I can't believe I screwed up that radio. That really disappoints me. But it's the way the cookie crumbles. There's not a whole lot I can do about it right now. So good night.